The following programme is a presentation of Jez Sports. Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the Main Event Podcast. We're here today to discuss NXT No Mercy 2023. Once again, it's just the two of us, but we can make it if we try. I'm Jez. That's Dan. How you doing?
Me. I'm all right. Doing fine. How are you?
I'm also all right. Doing a lot better than Matt is. He's gone through a bit of the ringer. I think us inviting him onto this podcast was a bit of a curse, and ever since that, a member of his family or himself have had a fever of 39 or some nonsense. So he will once again send his apologies. I assume he didn't actually send his apologies, but that's what you say, isn't it? That's what people say. Blah 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 sends their apologies. I'm not sure anybody has ever actually sent their apologies. It's just a thing that you say.
Just a thing.
So he doesn't send his apologies. He said nothing, and we'll carry on regardless, basically. And carry on we shall with NXT No Mercy, the first of two wrestling events that took place this past weekend that we are going to talk about. Watch it, Hampton. Watch it, anybody out there lurking about in the live. You don't have to say anything. As always, you can sit back and enjoy. It is a podcast after all. It's not quite an immersive experience. So whether you're watching now, listening now, or later, do hope you enjoy yourself. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Predictions for that wonderful World Prediction Championship that forever evades my grasp, it seems. Current score coming into this event. I'm on 55, you're on 57. And Matt is on 14.
All to play for.
For Matt especially. I mean, he's like this close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't help that he joined late or anything like that, but we'll just say he's terrible because he's not here to defend himself. So
he's terrible.
Yeah, so many wrong predictions, and that's why he's on 14 and we're in the 50s. Yeah.
Exactly.
And so we move into the kickoff show. Not very often that you get a match on the kickoff show for NXT, so it was quite nice. I've only got nice things to say about it, actually. It's Blair Davenport versus Kalani Jordan. Would you like to kick things off, or shall I?
Well, you can kick things off, seeing as you said you had nice things about it.
Fair enough. I mean, this is a good thing, but it's not a very nice good thing to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. No more Dana Brooke taking the spotlight from Kalani Jordan. Yeah. That's a good thing. Or anyone else, I don't quite know why she went back to NXT. I think, the future endeavours was probably what we needed for her, unfortunately. The cartwheel back elbow by Kalani Jordan, that was nice. And the Gigi Dolan attack after the match, that was pretty decent too. It was a bit of a match that happened, but if you're going to get a match that happened for free on the kickoff show is pretty much where you want it, so it's not really a negative.
Kalani is very new.
Very new, yes.
She's part of the women's breakout tournament.
And it's something that we haven't really talked about on this show before, but all of the NIL, as they're called, they're basically athletes from American colleges with absolutely no wrestling experience who've just been hired by WWE and put into developmental to learn absolutely from scratch. And this crop that includes Kalani Jordan and pretty much everybody else that's in the women's breakout tournament are part of that. What do you think about this? Should they be hiring from colleges or should they be letting people learn on the indies first before coming in?
I think they should be hiring more people from the indies because then they will have a bit of experience of how to take falls and bumps and all that sort of stuff. Whereas the people who are college athletes on it. I'm sure they're great athletes at their chosen sports that they've done, but wrestling's completely different.
It is, yeah. I think one of them was a shot putter, and I'm like, yep, there's a lot of transferable skills from shot put to wrestling. I'm sure, yeah. I mean, in general, I think they've survived quite well. You haven't had any horrific injuries either to them or on their opponents. The only thing that I have noticed about a lot of these NIL athletes is they're all a bit samey in the ring. Like, they develop lovely characters, but they're all a bit samey in the ring, and you end up with just really kind of dull match that happened-y types of matches. I mean, Kalani Jordan is an exception to that. You know, she did a few things that were pretty unique and special, and she's clearly been learning from somebody in the performance center. But I think it's too early to say for sure that I like or dislike it, but I do feel like they gave up on the hiring from the indies because basically everybody that came in from like Ring of Honor and the like back in the day never made it on the main roster because Vince hates everybody under 6'4". But Vince isn't in charge anymore. And Triple H has got a wonderful track record with the indie guys in NXT. So we'll see if things change as we move forward. You know, we've got Jade Cargill in now. Yeah, she's obviously had experience, but is still quite green. You know, she'll benefit a lot from the Performance Center. Yeah, and don't know if you've noticed the vignettes throughout NXT in the last few weeks with the dude watching the TV. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't think I do.
That is for Brian Pillman Jr.
Oh, is it?
It is indeed, yeah. Who I think will fit in really well in NXT. So
awesome.
Yeah. But all that's a digression, and it takes away from the fact that all three of us went for Blair Davenport for the win. I think that was a fairly obvious outcome. But it does mean that we all start as the ones. Or
the ones.
Which way is it? That way?
Sabu.
I can't remember how to do it now. I've forgotten how to Sabu. That's the one. Yeah. You can do that. I'm not very good at it. I'll throw up the Jey Uso or Jimmy Uso. The ones. Or I'll just put my middle finger up. That's a one. Before we get into the next match, the WWF No Mercy Nintendo 64 opening.
That was cool.
It was pretty damn sweet,
really
I've got to say.
Cool.
Yeah. I was more a SmackDown 2 on the PlayStation guy growing up, but I still appreciated it. I tried to play, probably about 2 months ago, I tried to play WWF No Mercy.
Yeah.
Because people will often say, oh no, WWF No Mercy was the best game of that generation. I'm like, well, I didn't really play it. I didn't have an N64. So let's go and have a look and see if it's any good. And let me say, it has not aged well. I mean, neither have SmackDown 1 and 2 either. I tried to play that on stream when I first started streaming a few years ago, and it was pretty painful. But yeah, when people turn around and say, no, you could still go and play No Mercy today and it would stand up. No, it does not. Let me tell you now, let me quell you of that opinion. No, it does not.
Yeah.
But there you go. Opening the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Bron Breakker versus Baron Corbin. What did you think about this?
I thought it was a good starter, good opener. Great stuff from it. Braun jumping over the ropes before the bell. Did it quite flawlessly, I think.
Yeah.
Just flew. Fighting in the crowd. Great. All the other stuff, like Frankensteiner. Baron Corbin telling Braun to bring it while he's like about to get pummeled. You know. Braun going through the announce table and then sitting up.
Yeah.
I quite like that.
Did you like that, did you?
Yeah. And then whatever the bloke's name, Stone, his last name's Stone.
Yeah, Mr. he goes by.
Mr. Stone.
Mr. Stone. Yeah, it's
one.
Robert Stone. Is
yeah.
is what the character was called. But he's officially Mr. Stone.
And then Braun Breaker just catching him. Just being like, F you.
Yeah.
To him. And and then I like how that transitioned into the end of days, and then that was it.
Yeah. I mean, you've pretty much named all good things there. I think some of those things I did not enjoy quite as much. The Frankensteiner, while it's nice to see Braun do the Frankensteiner, because you know it's his uncle's move, but I don't think it was a particularly good Frankensteiner. It didn't look great. No, I wasn't a big fan of that one. I did like the chokeslam through the table. I did not like that he just sat up again afterwards. I'm like, there's nothing sacred. Like, really, you've been chokeslammed through the announce table and you're going to no-sell it? Like, yeah, not a fan of that. There was a random period, and while it was lovely to not hear Booker T for a while, that the commentary just gave out. That was a bit of a negative from this match.
I didn't notice that.
No? Good for you. Yeah, I think I notice awkward silences a lot more than anything else. I've already tuned out Booker T, so if I'm not having to expend the energy to tune him out, then it's something that I notice. So that was that. And something that just made absolutely no sense to me. Why was there security at ringside?
God, no.
What was why? I just don't know why they were there.
Do you know something funny I noticed about the security?
What's that?
You know, there was that female security guard with a black-haired ponytail.
I didn't notice individual ones, no.
She was also, later on in the pay-per-view, in the tag team championship match, she was also one of the people that the family come down to, and they had them lined up against as they came down, she was one of them as well.
Oh, right.
It's just kind of like, okay, WWE.
Obvious plan is making double money. Yeah.
Thanks for like ruining the facade of it all.
Yeah, we're just going to pay you, and you're going to do multiple things throughout this night. Can you referee? Maybe you could do that as well.
Yeah.
You know? Help us take down the ring. Maybe replace Booker T on commentary. He's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. Now then, predictions. Did not go well for us. We all went for Braun Breaker. I did have a little niggle in the back of my mind. I'm like, are they really going to have Baron Corbin lose now?
Yeah.
And I'm like, but they also don't want to have Braun Breaker lose because, you know, they're both really on a tear, developing.
Yeah.
So there was no real good answer. We all went for the wrong answer. But I'm glad Baron Corbin won. We will remain the ones, the Sabu, the Stone Cold Steve Austin telling you where to go.
Yes.
Next, NXT North American Championship. Dominic Mysterio versus Trick Williams. Mostly good to say about this match. The only bad I will throw out there straight off is Dragon Lee must have taken thousands of super kicks over the course of his career. Why? Because he's in a referee shirt, did it take him so long to wake up?
Did you not know it weakens you, the referee shirt?
So, like, it's got some kind of tentacles. You put the referee shirt on and it just gets into the blood. And
it's got kryptonite in it.
Ah, right, okay. Well, that all makes sense now. I take it all back.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that. But I did enjoy the super kick itself. I thought it was a particularly good super kick, and he sold it very well and went flying. I also liked Dominic shoulder tackling the second referee.
Yeah.
So no referee is safe, regardless of whether they are a legit referee or a special guest referee. And I also liked the jumping knee hitting the title into Dom's face after he brought it in.
Yeah.
Generally, decent outcome, decent fun match to behold.
Yeah, I did quite enjoy it, I have to say. It painted me as says, but I am enjoying Dom at the moment.
Oh, I freaking love heel Dominic Mysterio. I think he's great. He plays that hateable little troll so well.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not really that different from the character that he was playing when he was hanging out with his dad. It's just now we're allowed to dislike him because he's not hanging around with Ray. Like, yeah. Boo.
I also, what I liked on the Raw afterwards was Rhea Ripley being like, if you don't go get that title back, don't come back at all.
Yeah, and obviously, on the NXT following this, Dom won it back again. I guess it was just, no, we need to give Trick Williams that accolade on his resume, and then we'll resume status quo. But yeah. I kind of thought that was the end of Dom in NXT, and I was okay with it. I thought it had done its job and played its part. But yeah, 2-time North American champion. There aren't that many 2-time North American champions. No. So good on Dom. Good old dirty Dom.
Good old Dom.
Now, I also enjoyed the way that this went predictions wise, because I'm the only one that went for Trick Williams for the win.
Really?
Just had a feeling. And so you and Matt went for Dominic Mysterio. It takes me to 2. A thank you. And you will remain a 1. NXT Tag Team Championship. The Family versus the Creed Brothers versus Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo, whatever they're called, and Out the Mud OTM, which is a terrible, terrible name. Somebody's reinventing B&Q in your house by the sounds of it.
Yes, that's my dad deciding he wants to go up in the loft.
Oh, I see.
For some reason.
As you do. It must have been inspired by the talks of ladder matches and stuff in the past. Yeah,
absolutely.
I think it's you now, isn't it? What did you think of this one?
It was okay. This one I did feel was a bit of a filler match. Just kind of was there just to have the tag team titles being defended. Everyone fighting, I like that. Ivy taking out scripts, even though I don't see the point in scripts at the moment.
I don't really see the point in most of that team while they're called Out the Mud. It's
Out the Mud.
What didn't you?
It seems like they're trying to do a new Crime Time.
Yeah, but these guys are apparently muddy.
I don't know. But yeah, didn't like the ref not counting to get Stacks out of a ring, even though he was just there for ages. And Humberto and Angel's stupid scar things on their chest.
Yeah, I don't really get that unless they're auditioning to be, a 2023 version of the Wolves. I don't really understand what is going on. It's in my bads as well. I just don't understand. It's something to do with your granddad, but was your granddad a wolf? What is this?
Was he a werewolf? Was he a wolf hunter?
Like, we're doing it for our granddad. Have a wolf? Like, remember what granddad said? Did he say get a stupid tattoo and carry on wrestling exactly the same as you did before?
I don't think they are tattoos.
No, I would hope not. That's a big commitment to what is a stupid gimmick. So,
because if you notice, they're quite shiny.
So it's like transfers.
Like,
do you think they're iron on? They're just in the locker room. They're like, tss. That's why they're so red around the edges, because they have to iron it on before every show. Yeah, it's stupid. I don't like it. I like the Lethal Lotharios. I thought that was perfectly reasonable for them.
Yeah, that was fine.
Just go back to that. You know what I'm going to rant about here. It happens every time there is a multi-person tag team match.
I'll just sit back.
This was billed as a fatal 4-way tag team match. It was not a fatal 4-way tag team match. It was a 4 corners tag team match because they had to tag in and out. A fatal 4-way would have 4 people in the ring having to tag out. That's that done. Yes, as you said, the ref had no control. Just absolutely let everything happen around him. Just like, this is fine. Just dog drinking a cup of tea meme with a burning room. This is fine.
Yeah.
Good things though. A sighting of Oni Lorcan as a WWE producer. When I don't know why he came out. I guess because I can't remember now. Why was he there? some kind of fight or breaking something up, or because of Ivy Nyland scripts, was it? Maybe.
I don't know.
I saw Only Lorcan and I thought that was cool. I liked the quadruple suplexes.
Yeah,
that was nice. You could see that something was going on because they had turned a little bit more than you would for a regular superplex, but it was still neat. And Brutus Creed cannonball off the top turnbuckle. Yeah, he just looks like a dude who should be doing a cannonball, to be fair. So
more cannonballs.
Let's have more. Absolutely. Predictions. We all went for the family. Takes me to 3, takes you to 2, and Matt's on 2 as well. NXT Heritage Cup Championship Cup thing. Noam Dar versus Butch.
Butch.
I'll get it out there. The main bad thing is that Pete Dunne is still called Butch.
Yeah.
And it will always be in my bads every time I see him on an event that we cover.
Yep.
Let's just stick with the bad, shall we? While we're on that topic. Noam Dar was out before the time expired in round 4.
Yeah.
He had passed out, and then the time expired, and they did not give him the fall.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he shouldn't have passed out if you weren't actually going to give him that.
Yeah.
Weird. Just not very good. Kicking out of finishes, the Nova Roller and the Bitter End. We've very on record about not liking that.
Yeah.
And it's just a general wondering, if you had to have this many shenanigans to prevent Butch from winning the Heritage Cup, why did you bother bringing him back to NXT at all?
Yeah.
Just do that with someone else.
Yeah.
The only purpose to having Butch come back is to win. Otherwise, it's a waste of everybody's time. Mostly is.
Yeah.
And there you go. Good things, though. The Bruiserweight chants. It's like, the crowd remembers.
They
know who he is. Noam Dar cheap-shotting Butch with the spinning back elbow at the end of the round. That was decent. And then Butch cheap-shotting Dar with a stomp to the hand at the end of round 5. That was good. And then Butch using Bop and Bang as a tribute to his British Strong Style tag team partner. Anything to add from you?
No, it was lovely.
Okay. Unfortunately for you and Matt, again, diverging from the one true king of predictions, I went for Noam Dar. That takes me to 4. And you will stay alongside Matt on 2.
On DOS.
Thank you. Hello, Ali. Said hi to you last night, but you ignored me. Last night I just I said hello in the chat, put my phone down, and then went back to playing a video game while I was in Always Be Chatting stream. So I didn't pay any attention to what other people were saying. So hi for last night, hi for tonight, and no GTA.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't GTA. No. I'm not sure I should admit this in a public forum, but here we go. I have been coerced / have enjoyed it a bit more than I was expecting into playing Minecraft.
Oh my god!
Now, I don't enjoy any of the the stuff that people like about Minecraft. I like just making things. And just...
That's what people like about Minecraft.
Oh, is it? Okay. I thought they liked like fighting the monsters and...
No, they like making things.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You've gone down in my estimations, man.
It's quite relaxing.
I can't look at you the same.
It's very relaxing, Dan. I've had a tough week and I just wanted a couple of hours of mindless doing stuff. And so just going on some blocks for a bit and then putting them neatly in a kind of row and making a bridge is what I did. Oh, and I did a bunch of stairs. Stairs are cool. I like stairs. They help you go up and down stairs. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Up and down. Up,
right.
Like me and the predictions. Down, like you and then the predictions.
Great. Anyway, the next match.
The next match, indeed. Ali said hello to you as well. I don't think we're going to be able to progress until you say hello. And yes, Ali says, I remember No Mercy from years ago. It is one in a long line of WWE bringing back old event names. They mostly do WCW ones, but they have also brought back a few of their old ones. And the opening to this show, Ali, was actually they recreated the current wrestlers as WWF No Mercy characters from the old N64 game, and that was very cool, very nostalgic, very throwback. Next, then, what else can you get wrong? Let's find out. NXT Championship, Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov. Me or you? I can't remember now. We got distracted by Minecraft. Go for it.
Good match. Good match from these two, but kind of expect it from these two, really.
Yeah, if it wasn't, then you'd be disappointed more so, really.
Yeah. Dragunov's running boot to start with, on point. I liked the aggression from both of these guys throughout this match. They seemed really hungry for it, shall we say, and just going for it. There was the chops, the forearms, Carmelo's insecurity catching Dragon in midair, but then Dragunov countering the counter and all that. Melo doing the cutter to Dragunov to the floor. It was all great.
Yeah, and I know it sounds kind of daft to say because they were in the NXT Championship match, but these guys are really the two top prospects that are going to go and do big things on the main roster. It's a big roster on NXT at the moment, but I think these two guys are the top of it. So it's great that they're in that championship picture. I too enjoyed the aggression between the two of them. I feel like you expect that from Ilya Dragunov. You know, he is the guy that toppled Gunter for the UK Championship after all. But I feel like Carmelo Hayes is kind of coming up to that level and meeting him. Which is really cool to see. Dominant start from Dragunov. That was awesome. The springboard bulldog from Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, yeah.
Great move that Dragunov sold really well. The tilt-a-whirl facebuster by Carmelo. Beautiful, and another good sell from Dragunov. The super H-bomb. That was cool. But my only real bad about the match, he kicked out of the first super H-bomb. I'm okay with kicking out of just the H-bomb, but when you super it up and then it goes on to finish the match, you shouldn't be kicking out of that, in my opinion.
No.
The only other bad I have, and I'm sure you will share in this one, I don't know if you noticed, the NXT Championship belt is damaged.
Oh, is it?
One of the side plates has just completely come away from the leather, and the leather has split.
Perhaps I need a new one then.
Well, it's about time for a new one. Yeah, I mean they introduced the colourful championships only for them to ditch the colour 2 weeks later, so they probably need to go back to not colourful. Throw some yellow and white on there. Now that's the era we're in. We had black and gold. We had, oh my God, what is this colour? And
paintball.
Now we're back to yellow and white, or white and gold, I suppose is probably what they'll call it. But and just a amusing as someone that was watching both at the same time. It seemed highly coincidental, if not deliberate, that they did a soft welcome to NXT No Mercy about 30 seconds after AEW Collision finished. So where they do that, and you're watching NXT No Mercy, we're in the NXT Championship match between Carmelo. I'm like, all right, yeah. But it was like I turned off my bottom TV and then on NXT No Mercy, which I was giving my dominant attention to. They were like, and welcome into the show. It was almost like, I know some of you have been watching Collision instead, but we're here too, and this is what's happening.
Too.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't think anybody was watching Collision over, a pay-per-view or premium live event, whatever you want to call it. But just it gave me a little chuckle that this was happening. And I wish I was going to be about to watch NXT Title Tuesday and no, it's not. No, it's AEW Title Tuesday and NXT. Yeah. We bring in all the guys like Cody Rhodes and John Cena to make it seem like we don't care about this. But we obviously do. Yeah, it's a shame I can't watch those side by side because I feel like that would be a fun experience. Decent match. And I think the right outcome. Obviously, why I went for Ilya Dragunov for the win.
Did you?
And what did you do?
I went with Mello.
Did you go with Mello? Interesting.
Who did Matt go for?
Matt went with Mello as well. Yeah.
Nah.
It's like you two have gone samesies all the way through. And because of that, you will suffer down there still on 2. It's not going well for you, mate.
Yeah.
Whereas I will
be just 5 guys.
I will be just 5 guys. Looking forward to just 5 guys being just 5 guys again on Monday at Destruction in Ryogaku. 5-2-2. Mr. Kamen Rider Wizard 0014. Hello, sir. Haven't seen you for a very long time. Surprise. Ask me where I am, Jez. Okay. Where are you, Jez?
Behind you.
I assume you are somewhere going to an event. No? I am in Cyprus, ready to make my debut at Pro Wrestling Cyprus tomorrow.
Ooh. Awesome.
For you, possibly Dan, and for anybody else listening who doesn't know, we're chatting in the chat live here on Twitch with Kamen Rider Wizard 0014, who is an aspiring professional wrestler doing the indie circuit across the UK at the moment. Goes by the name of I'm going to get this wrong. Greek something. Is it just Greek god? Gallus? I know you go by Gallus with an A rather than a U. I can't remember the prefix moniker. Greek. Greek something. Yeah. Greek giant. That's it. That makes more sense.
Greek giant Gallus.
Yeah. I mean, you are a god, mate. I was just promoting you. What's better than a giant? A god. Maybe you should go with the Greek giant god, Gallus. It's a lot of G's. The triple G.
The 4G. No, be 4G.
4G, okay. We need a 5th G so that you're up to date with the current, technological specifications. Gs. But I'm going with Greek Titan recently. That's cool, but you could do with another G, really. The great Greek giant god, Gallus. 5 Gs. 5 Gs. 5 Gs. There you go. We're all about the 5s here on the Main Event podcast. But congratulations. I hope your debut in Cyprus goes well.
Yeah.
And you can tell me afterwards what the wrestling scene is like in Cyprus, because I know nothing about Cyprus, really, other than that it's hot. With no H. It's hot.
It's hot.
Yeah. Should we move on?
Yes.
NXT Women's Championship, the main event. Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton.
Yes.
It's me, isn't it? And that is wonderful because I have absolutely nothing negative to say about this match. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Wonderful to have a female main event on NXT again. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And I think, and I'm not being facetious when I say this, I think this is probably one of the best women's main events of all time.
Yeah.
Like I really enjoyed it that much.
Yeah.
Things I liked specifically: Tiffany Stratton bleeding.
Yeah.
Like you haven't seen a woman bleed in WWE since, I believe, when Becky's face got smashed in by Nia Jax before Survivor Series a few years ago.
By the person who has returned and is injuring everyone again.
Yeah, well, we won't start on that. We don't have time for that rant right now.
Yeah.
The trolley shot, or shopping cart for you Americans. I think Tiffany sold that really well. The trolley ride into the steps, that was cool. A bit of fun. Using broken Barbies like thumbtacks. Yeah. That was awesome. And then just yeeting random bits of Barbie at Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah.
Just yeeting Barbie. Why not? The handspring somersault back elbow through the barricade by Stratton. Very nice there. The missed moonsault outside of the ring into being manhandle slam looked painful as hell.
Yeah.
It looked really good. And Tiffany Stratton's prettiest moonsault ever lived up to its name. It was textbook. It was picture perfect. A best moonsault ever that even Christopher Daniels would be proud of, I would say. Yeah. Just bonza, I would say. Very nice. Don't know why that adjective came out, but
don't know.
That's what this match made me think.
Cool. Roll with it.
Anything to add from you?
No, you summed it up. It was great. I especially liked when she used that gold chain from a bloke in the audience. Just why not smash it?
Well, why not? The answer is because it'll bust Tiffany Stratton open, and it wasn't.
I know, but
expected. But
hell.
yeah. I mean, I would say that Tiffany Stratton, going back to the conversation we were having earlier about the NIL recruits, you know, if they're all like Tiffany Stratton, then we're on for money. But I do think that she's put in a lot of effort outside of her performance center training. I can't remember who it is, but there's some legend that's been training her, and is very impressed with her, rightfully so. So good on her. How much longer can they keep her down in NXT? So I think she's got to be main rostered pretty soon.
I saw an interview with her very recently, and she said she wants to stay in NXT as long as possible because she wants to really perfect what she's doing.
Okay, but you're pretty much there, love.
I know.
You know, not to blow smoke up your ass or anything, but you're pretty much there. You know, and I think you are only going to be held back by having to, bring your level down to some of the other women there, the younger women who are, through no fault of their own, just less experienced.
Yeah.
So, up you go. Sorry.
Yeah.
Your request is denied. You will be on Raw or SmackDown post haste. Thank you, is what I would say to her as her superior. Predictions. About time that you and Matt got one right, frankly. You predicted Becky Lynch, and it will take you to 3. Unfortunately for you, I also predicted Becky Lynch, and that will take me to 2 3s.
Not to Motor City?
No, I'm doing 2 3s today.
Okay.
It felt mathematical. And that means, Dan, that on this momentous day, it's finally happened.
You've overtaken.
With a drum roll that can exist in your heads because banging on the table doesn't come across well on the mic. I am on 61. You are on 60. And Jez takes the lead for the first time in probably a year.
It has been a while.
It's been freaking ages, mate, and I'm quite happy.
Hold on. More importantly, what's Matt's score?
Oh, Matt's on 17. He's terrible.
Whoa. We've got to be careful here, Jeremy. He's going to come blasting past very soon.
Well, the way that you've been predicting, I would be worried if I was you. I'm fine, but
we'll see how it goes.
And while we're doing numbers, let's give this show a rating. And I ask you today, Dan, to give NXT No Mercy 2023 a rating out of 5 random Barbie parts.
Oh, I'd say I enjoyed it. There was a few moments that were a bit okay. So I'm actually going to give it a 3.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. The main event was fantastic. The pre-main event, NXT Championship, was fantastic. Yeah. Everything else was kind of there, I guess. There were some highlights in the rest before it, but overall, I think it was solidly above average, and 3 seems fair as a result.
There we go.
And there we go. So that brings to a close our review of NXT No Mercy. All of the good, the bad, and the ugly of it. If you are watching here live on... Why is my button working? Cool. If you are watching here live on Twitch, then do hang around. We'll be back shortly with AEW Wrestle Dream.
Yes, I think then.
Yeah, I did, yeah. I've been totally distracted by my tech breaking. If you are watching on YouTube or in podcast form, then you're going to have to click a button to find us, unless you've got some slick autoplay thing that just plays all of our stuff. But there you go.
Yeah.
So no ending music because my computer said no. Although I'll probably add it in.
No.
I'll add it on before it gets to podcast and stuff. I'm
There you
talking
go.
a lot. Until next time, I've been Jez.
I've been Dan.
This has been the Main Event Podcast. Toodles.
Bye.